In this segment, we will look at sum functions as contained in the Math and Trig section. Now, we've already looked at sum once before, but I'm going to include it here just as a review. And the way you can get to these sum functions, of course, is through the formulas, Math and Trig, and then you have them all listed there. Or you go to the formula bar and click on the function and look under Math and Trig, and you can find them there as well. You can, and that's one I like to look at because you can find out what it really means and find out how to do it by using their boxes. So in this one, we're using the range of C22 to C31, which are cells by territories, and it adds up all the numbers in a range of cells. So this is the total cells for this particular data set. Now there's a sum if. It adds the cells specified by a given condition or criteria. So if I look at this thing, I've said for the same range, I want everything that's equal to or greater than 30. So we're adding up all the cells territories that have 30 or above. Now you can also work with a couple other things along the same way. We're getting off into a little bit of an analysis here. But what you can do is say on a count if, which works sort of much the same way. You count the cells specified by a given condition. In this case, how many different territories are there above 30 or equal to or above 30? Well, we've got 7 of these guys. And you can say, okay, well, how many are in the total range of the cells? We've got 10. So what you can do then is say, okay, well, if I've got 7 of my territories out of 10, or 70%, returning 81% of my cells, that's one way to start doing the analysis. Now we've used sum if. In this case, we're going to use sum ifs. It adds the cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. Now I've come down here and I have the same formula sitting in D29 and E32. I'm going to go down to E32 because I can blow it up a little bit and explain it. So what I'm doing is saying that the range I want set up is the first argument. In other words, it's C22 to C31. That's where I'm going to be pulling my actual values from. My first criteria says, okay, in B22 to B31, I want to look for, in this case, all the east regions. That's as B22. And what do I want to do with it? I want to sum every cell that's greater than 30. Now I have the same formula in D29 and D32 because I want to be able to come down here and blow it up a little bit and let you see what I'm working with. So the range of values I want to eventually extract from is C22 to C31. That's my first argument. The first criteria is going to be drawn from B22 to B31. It's some of these regions. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at only the regions east because that's my B22 reference. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for any region greater than 30 in cells. Now remember, I'm only looking at east right now. So if I look at east, there's a 20, doesn't fit the criteria. And the east, on this one, territory G, has 44. Now I can go in here and I can change this B22 to say west. There is west 30, no, 33, yes. I have one, in this case I can't tell. In this case I can look and see that I have 1 greater than 30. But if you have a longer set of data, you can't do that. So let's look once again and do south. And south would be there. And south gives me 187. So if I look at this, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can test this and I can say, well, all of south's regions are above 30. So let me test it by going 48, 36, 55, and 48. And lo and behold, it actually works. And we've got 187. So you can use the sum ifs, and it's a little complicated, but remember, you're working with 3 different sets of values. And one of those is the range you're going to be adding up, the first criteria, and the second criteria. In this case, the second criteria I've hard-coded in there at greater than 30. You could put this into an actual range somewhere and reference this as a cell reference also. This concludes the segment on slightly advanced sum functions.